Hello my lovelies, Sophia here. Welcome back to my channel, Your Thoughts Create. So today's video is all about quibbles and guaranteeing what you want. So stay tuned. Before we get into the video, I am a personal mentor and I can help you to work through any insecurities, fears, doubts, working on your self-concept, helping you to actually turn your desires and your wants into sustainable things in your 3D, in your life. So if you are struggling, if you are not sure of some aspects of the law of assumption, then please check out the description box below and book me for a session to help you or my mentoring program. So quibbles, let's sort of go into the dictionary terms. So I'm going to have to look at my notes here because I've written it down. So quibbles, as a noun, a slight objection or criticism about a trivial matter. So for example, the only quibble I have about this book is the price. As a verb, argue or raise objections about a trivial matter. So they are always quibbling about the amount they are prepared to pay. Now, Neville Goddard talks about quibbles because Abdullah, his mentor, used to drink and eat whatever he wanted. And Neville would say to Abdullah, don't you think you're sort of eating a bit excessively there or drinking a bit much? And Abdullah said to Neville, I don't have quibbles about it. You have quibbles, I don't. Meaning that if what you believe in, what you assume, things like that are your quibbles, your doubts. Okay, so if Neville thought that eating a lot or drinking a lot, which I'm not saying we all go out and eat obsessively and drink obsessively, but things in your life that you have no quibbles or doubts about are therefore not going to stop you getting what you want. So let's go into this deeper. Now, I have scribbled lots of notes here to make sure that I give you everything that I am wanting to tell you in this video. So I'm going to be looking down and looking up and all over the place. So with manifesting, what is manifesting? Some people think it's just a technique. It is just something fun. That it is something that is, I'll get a house, a car, money. That is more the law of attraction, okay? But the law of assumption is deeper than that, because how you think and how you feel and what you talk about is what you get. It's all a mirror. We are creating all day long. We are having inner conversations with ourselves and with other people in our own heads all day long. The only time that we don't is when we're asleep, but then we dream. So that comes from your subconscious mind. Okay, so you're doing it in the night, but also in the day if you are meditating or if you are really focusing on a task in hand, like at work or school, or consciously having to put your conscious effort into one thing, okay, then you're not having that inner chatter. It's quietened down, okay? It's not as prominent as when you are not focusing on something or not in a deep meditation, okay, where your inner conversation is chattering away all day long. As Neville said, you can no longer stop chattering to yourself, if you like, as you can no longer not eat anything or drink anything. It's impossible. We are chattering away in our minds all day long. And your thoughts become things. And your inner feeling state, the things you feel, creates as well. So your inner world, the thoughts you have about yourself, about other people, about things, job, life in general, is what you get back. Your inside world leads and your outside world will follow. It is a mirror, it is a reflection. So if you are dominantly, when you think about yourself, thinking nobody likes me, nobody loves me, I've never got any money, then that's what you're going to dominantly see in your outside world reflected back to you. Not a lot of people will like you, probably won't have very good relationships, love relationships, and you'll probably be flat broke most of the time because they're your dominant thoughts. And it's the same about what you think about other people. That person doesn't love me, they have ghosted me, that people at work don't like you or respect you or value you. So people are going to treat you as per your assumptions, beliefs and thoughts and feelings. How you see, treat, think and feel about yourself and others is what you get back. So most people are confident in some areas in their life but not in others. So some people are confident and have a good sort of mindset about money, but then when it comes to relationships, it's not so good. They're not as confident. They have low self-esteem and vice versa. About everything in your life comes from your thoughts, your feeling state, and what you're going around moaning and complaining about or speaking positively and confidently about. So again, what you think, what you feel, what you believe, what you assume, what you doubt, fear, feel insecure about, don't feel confident about, feel confident about, feel successful about, everything comes from within you. Also, how you react to things, what triggers you when you react in a argumentative, shouting way, tearful way, upset way, or excited, confident way. Do you see the glass as half full or half empty? Are you an optimist or a pessimist most of the time? Remember, it's your dominant thoughts and your dominant feeling state that creates. And also, like I say, if you're going around moaning and complaining most of the time, then that's what you're going to keep seeing in your 3D. So your dominant thoughts, feelings and spoken word are creating on the inside, and it's getting pushed out like a projector into the screen or onto the screen of your reality. It's a reflection, it's a mirror. People tell me they can't manifest, or if they take up mentoring or whatever, then they're like, oh, I haven't done it for a couple of days, I was really busy. You are constantly creating. If you have a brain and you're breathing, you are constantly chattering away to yourself all day long. So you are creating. Just because people haven't done their affirmations, which a lot of you know what affirmations are, and if you don't, then I've got videos on that on my channel, and there's lots on YouTube as well. Okay, whatever you are affirming. So if you're affirming nobody likes me, then nobody will like you, or not very many people. If you're affirming everybody loves me, I'm adorable, I'm lovable, desirable, irresistible, then that's what you're going to get back from people. So when clients say, I haven't been manifesting, what they mean is they haven't done their set affirmations, but during the day they've been going back to their old thought patterns. That's why people talk about mental diets, thinking about what you're thinking about, so that you're not thinking a load of negative stuff that is the opposite of what you want. So again, what you believe and tell yourself all day long is what you get back. Your thoughts become things in your outside world. We go through life unconsciously creating. We are in default mode. So the energy that we're giving out, our thoughts, feelings and spoken word, is just attracting back the default energy around us. So if you are wanting a car, but you don't know what kind of car, you're going to get a default car. You'll just get any car. But if you are specific, I want a white BMW with black leather trim and a pink number plate, you will find a car like that. A car like that will come to you because you are manifesting that. You have created that desire. You know that you can have it and it will come to you. You don't need to figure out the how and the when. A lot of people get stuck on pause mode because they're pushing the timeline out, because they're trying to logically think of a solution as to, well, how's it going to happen and when's it going to happen? You will get default mode or you will get pause mode for a long time, okay? You don't need to figure out how it's going to come to you and when it's going to come to you. It will come to you in the perfect way. If you put your order into Amazon, you get it delivered to you. So it's a bit like with the universe. You are making your intention and your desire clear of what you want, and then letting go of the fear and the drama and the doubts behind it so that it can come to you in the perfect way. So becoming a conscious creator means that you are making a conscious effort to change things. We do it most of the times unconsciously anyway. If you think about times when you have been unhappy in a job, or unhappy with the amount of pay you've got, or unhappy with people or relationships, you then make, after some time of being miserable or having put up with it, as they say, the straw that breaks the camel's back, you put up with it for so long, but then you think something's got to change here. I can't put myself through this anymore. So you make a conscious effort to change it. So when you become a conscious and deliberate creator of your reality, instead of putting up with crap the 3D throws back at you because of your unconscious or conscious stuff you're telling yourself internally without picking through it and knowing that you're sat there complaining most of the day and wondering why your life is crap, okay, is because you were unconsciously creating it. But when you're deliberately and consciously creating it, you can then think, no, this is what I want. This is what I'm having. I don't, if I want money, I'm having money. I'm changing my mindset about it. Instead of seeing it as a lack of money all the time and telling myself I'm always broke and never have any money, I'm now, no. I am rich. I'm wealthy and abundant. Okay, coming from that mindset, seeing the glass as half full. The same with relationships. I always have crap relationships. Everybody cheats on me that I go out with, or they lie to me, or they backstab me, or they tell me this, they tell me that. I go through the same cycles because your beliefs are the same, and your self-concept, which I'll come to in a moment. So your thoughts become things. And the feeling state that you dwell in most days, feeling meh or feeling great, is also what comes to you. You are a magnet. You attract the same energy that you give off. So by deliberately thinking about what you want, you can have, be and do anything you want. And as Neville Goddard taught us, the quickest way is through your imagination and the feeling state that you dwell in. So what does he mean by that? Using your imagination to create a scene that implies that you have your wish fulfilled. You can also imagine or hear an inner conversation where a friend is congratulating you, or you are talking to them about you already having what you want. So Neville would say living in the end or living in the wish fulfilled, as if you already have it. So he would say, don't think of it, but think from it. So if you wanted to be somebody's wife, you would feel as if you're a wife every day. How would you feel if you were somebody's wife? What would you be doing? What would you be thinking? How would you be acting? What would they be saying, etc.? Okay, so getting into that feeling state of already having or being what you want. If you're wanting to be with somebody, if you want to be in a loving relationship with somebody, but you are feeling in the lack state, they don't love me, they've ghosted me, they're an ex, they don't want to do this, they're with a third party, whatever circumstances you're focusing on that is keeping that in place, and you are seeing yourself as single and blocked or flat broke, then you are not in the feeling state of having what you want. So you're not in the wish fulfilled, living in the end, feeling that you already have it. You don't have to see it. Okay, when you doubt, you go without. When you believe, you receive. We create on the inside first, not in the 3D. The 3D is just old thoughts and shadows passing through. That's why when Neville wanted to go to Barbados and Abdullah told him to sleep this night as if you are in Barbados, he didn't understand. When he was in New York, how can I be in New York when you're telling me I'm in Barbados? And he said, sleep this night as if you are in Barbados. Feel as if you are in your, the bed you were sleeping at your parents' home. Feel as if you're in Barbados. So he did. But then, because nothing happened after a week, he wanted to question it with Abdullah, and Abdullah would not entertain it. He would not discuss with Neville how he could get to Barbados and be in Barbados if he was supposed to already be there. So when you are wanting to have all the money you want, have your perfect job, be a wife, be a husband, be in a perfect relationship, how can you keep discussing how you're going to do it or when it's going to happen if you are supposed to be already there? See it as done and it will come to you. So not having those quibbles, those doubts, so that it is guaranteed. So no quibbles is having that inner knowing, that inner certainty that you know that what you want or desire is yours. So it will happen. You don't have to believe it at first. It has to feel natural to you. So if it feels natural to you to have, you can see yourself having money, you can see yourself in a loving relationship with either somebody you've dated before or somebody new, or having a loving relationship in an existing relationship that is probably blowing hot and cold, then just knowing it's possible instead of this is impossible. Impossible see as I am possible, I'm possible. Okay, if other people have got it in the world, if other people are in happy relationships, if other people have got their dream jobs, if other people have got money when they had nothing before, it's not because they're luckier than you, it's because they have that inner knowing and certainty and confidence that they can have it. So they have switched states. They are coming from the state of a fulfilled, not lack state. Again, you're a spiritual being, you are limitless, you can have, be and do anything you want. So as long as what you want seems natural to have, you can see yourself having that or being that you want to be, then you can have it. That's where affirmations then start to come in to block out the negative talk that you're having and affirming for what you want instead of affirming for what you don't want. Because we affirm things all day long and assume things all day long and believe things all day long and speak to ourselves all day long. So when you have no quibbles, when you have no doubts, fears, insecurities about it, when you're not disputing it and when you're not talking yourself out of it, then it's guaranteed. And you're just saying to yourself, it's done. I know it's mine. It will come to me in the perfect way. I don't have to figure it out. It's done. It's created within. It will come to me from without. Remember, the inside leads and the outside follows. It's a mirror. Now, having a solid foundation is essential. You can affirm until the cows come home for whatever you want. With objects, it's different. When I manifest objects like my iMac, my purple iPhone, the house, other things, when they're objects or material things, you don't need to keep affirming for them. But when it's people, whatever situation it is, whether it is family, friends, a loving relationship, work colleagues, and that you have to have the foundations that are solid enough for you to sustain and maintain that connection how you want it to be, or else it will go back to the old cycle, because your self-sabotaging will come in and it will fall apart again. A bit like the man who built his house on sand. When it was on sand, it was washed away. When he built it on the rock, it stayed put. So if you're affirming and throwing affirmations that your person loves you, or that you're rich, wealthy, and successful, but you are not in that feeling state because of feeling insecure, feeling fear of rejection, fearing abandonment, being jealous, being insecure, I might have said that already, but coming from the lack state and your doubts, fears and insecurities, how you keep reacting, you keep getting triggered and you're acting angrily or you're upset, that is not having your self-concept. Because if you had your self-concept, and I'm going to explain in a moment about that, then you would not be triggered, you would not react, and it would not fall apart again, or you would not lose what you wanted. So just throwing affirmations at it without having your solid foundations means anything built on top of that will fall apart. Yes, if you affirm, my person loves me, they're going to contact me or whatever, or I'm going to find new love and I'm going to be rich and wealthy, you might get something, but it's temporary. It's short-lived because you can't sustain it and maintain it from your old state feeling and your old thoughts, because you're self-sabotaging it. It will go back into the same cycle, whether it takes a couple of days, weeks or months. It will go back into the same cycle because you've not dealt with the foundations. You've not put down solid enough foundations. So self-concept or self-love is basically your confidence in yourself, knowing who you are. So I'm a spiritual being over a human being, so I can happy and do whatever I want. I'm limitless. Knowing what your true desires are. If you desire something, it is there for you to have. It's your inner sat-nav, your inner GPS, your inner compass. It's only your logical, analytical mind that comes in and poo-poos it all, saying, oh, well, don't know about that, or I don't think I'm confident enough, or I don't think they like me, or I don't think I'm ever going to have the money that I want. So you're poo-pooing yourself, you're self-sabotaging yourself. Your logical, analytical mind works against you sometimes. Your ego is a bit like the wicked witch or the evil stepmother in your Happy Ever After movie, trying to stop you from getting what you want, your true heart's desire. So how you think, feel, see and treat yourself is how you will be treated and seen by others, and the same for them. If you think people don't like you, if you think people don't respect you, value you or appreciate you, then that is what you're going to see back. How you think and see and feel about other people as well keeps them in place as that part you've given them. That's why Everyone Is You Pushed Out is talked about. I have done a video on that. I haven't linked it, but because I talk about it in lots of different videos on my channel, so go and watch a couple of the other videos, okay? That Everyone Is You Pushed Out is basically how you think and see other people or yourself is what you get back. So if you think that you're not lovable, if you think that people always cheat on you, hurt you, disrespect you, don't value you, then that's what you're going to get back. When you think about Mary in the office or at work, that she's a right biatch, then she's going to keep being a biatch to you, okay? Because that's your thoughts, so she has to play that part in your movie. If you think people are stubborn, lazy, arrogant, inconsistent, unreliable, then that's how they're going to keep showing up. But you can change that by changing the way you think and feel about them and yourself. Another good tip that I give when I'm mentoring is answer your own questions. As everything is a mirror, when you're sat there thinking, I wonder what my person thinks about me, or I wonder how they feel about me, what would you like the answer to be? They think I'm bloody amazing. They think I'm the most beautiful woman that's ever been on this planet, or the most handsome man on this planet. What are they feeling about me? They're feeling, oh my God, I love that person so much. Answer your own question with what you would like the answer to be, and it will be. If you're thinking, oh, I wonder what they're thinking about me. Oh, they told me they don't like me. They don't want to be with me. They're happy with somebody else. Then that's what you're going to keep seeing. Your thoughts become things. So when you are confident, you attract who and whatever you want. So when your energy is coming from a lack energy, I don't have this, they don't want me, they don't like me, you are giving off the energy a bit like a skunk. You're repelling what you want, because either you're in that lack state, you're in that needy, desperate, I need it to make me happy state. Nobody else is here to make you happy, whole and complete. So you're repelling what you want because your energy is pushing away what you want. When you think of yourself like a flower or a tree that's got roots, so you're centered, you're aligned, you're stable, you're secure. You don't need anybody else to validate and approve of you, because you validate and approve of yourself. You love and respect yourself. You know you're good enough. You know you're worthy enough. You know you're beautiful. You know you're handsome. You then have the roots, but then the confidence is the beautiful flower head that attracts the bees to it. When you are stable, centered, aligned, secure, feeling safe, feeling confident, you attract everything to you that you want. You're not repelling it, because you know your self-worth and value, and that you deserve everything that you want. You've got that confidence, that inner knowing. You don't have quibbles, so what you want is guaranteed. The thing that does trip a lot of people up is, I want it now. But it will come to you in the perfect way when your energy is in alignment with what you want, and you have let go of the fears and the doubts and trying to mess with how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. So if you grow in your self-concept and your self-confidence, you will attract money, relationships, friendships, perfect job, house, holidays, whatever it is you want in your life. You can have, be and do anything. You're the only one sitting yourself on the naughty step. Nobody is teaching you a lesson. Nobody is stopping you having what you want. The universe is abundant. There is enough for everybody to have the happy life they want. So look at the state you are dwelling in and the thoughts that you are dwelling in dominantly throughout each day. So inconsistent results in manifesting, when some people say, oh, but I can manifest this, but I can't manifest that, is just because of the fear, the doubts, and your sort of inner wobble and quibbles that you have that is stopping you from having it. Nothing is harder than anything else. That's just something you're telling yourself because of the story you've got attached to it, and whether you're focusing on the circumstances. Current circumstances do not matter, and I've talked about this in another video. It doesn't matter what your current circumstances are, you can change them. Things can change quickly. So when you have your confidence, you know you're good enough, deserving enough and worthy enough. You know that you are a goddess, queen or a god or a king or a queen in your reality. You know that you are the boss. You know that you are in full control of your reality and that everyone is you pushed out. You can have, be and do anything you want. Again, it's not because people are luckier than you, it's because they don't have the same self-concept issues or the same doubts, fears, insecurities, or the negative side that you have in some areas in your life. So again, you could be confident with money and have a positive mindset about money, but in relationships it's the total opposite, and vice versa. You see lots of millionaires who do not have good loving relationships, And you have people who have good loving relationships but don't have the money, okay? You have people who have everything because they are either a very positive, glass half full type of person, or they are conscious and deliberate creators of their world. Now, I was not a conscious and deliberate creator of my reality until I got to my 50s. Before that, I was terrible. If I had not have come across this when I did, the law of assumption, I would be a very bitter, twisted, negative person, because that was the spiraling road I was headed down. I was always spiritual because I am, a psychic. I speak with spirit all day long. Okay, so that side of me is why I've got my other channel, Sophia Psychic Tarot, because I have always had that psychic gift to help other people. So being spiritually awake is different to being consciously awake, because being spiritually awake, I held a lot of beliefs in place that were not serving me. Just in our everyday life, you don't have to be a psychic or, intuitive. We're all intuitive. We're all psychic anyway. But having that side of you that is just unconsciously going through your life, not realizing that everybody is you pushed out. They're not individuals. They have their own realities. So how they're showing up in your reality is because of the thoughts you're telling yourself about yourself or them. So if you and I both knew Fred, and we see Fred coming towards us, and I'm like, oh yeah, I really like Fred, and you're like, oh my God, Fred is horrible. Why is that? Fred hasn't got a personality thing going on. It's because I'm seeing him with no quibbles, and you're seeing him with lots of quibbles. So he is going to treat you the way you see him and think about him or yourself. Get what I mean, Harry? Okay, so I used to sit myself on the naughty step nearly every day. I would be very argumentative. I would be very jealous, insecure. I was very confident, but deep down, my foundations were not built. Now, nothing phases me. I know what I want in my life. And when something pops up in my 3D, I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. Not in my reality. I'm having what I want, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or next year. I know what I want. I have no quibbles. It is guaranteed. The only person sitting yourself on the naughty step is you, by self-sabotaging what you want. I will leave this with you. Love and light.